So we're doing questions from questions at chalmerswellness.com. So if you have questions, email them there. So the first ones we've got is on maintenance and stuff. What am I doing for maintenance? So I'm getting adjusted twice a week. I'm getting 2 massages a week. The tissue work's real important because as you're trying to build up musculature, if you're trying to lose fat, if you're working out really hard, if you're training real hard for whatever you're doing, your body's going to hold lactic acid. It's going to hold waste products. It's going to have knots. It's going to do stuff like that. If you don't constantly do the maintenance and work those things out, they end up building up over time. And so when we look at a lot of injuries that we've seen, I'll talk to athletes and they'll be like, well, I've been feeling it for a while and it's just now got to the point where it's, I have to do something about it. And I'm like, okay, well, you've radically reduced your ability to work out and train. So now it's going to take me 10 days, 2 weeks to get this back to the point where you can train. And so you've greatly reduced your ability to push yourself forward. Like when I see my NFL guys during the season, we'll see them 3 times a week, 2 to 3 times a week. We're going to massages, we get the whole thing, hyperbaric, the whole deal. Same thing I'm doing. And it's a game changer for a lot of people. A lot of the pros I work with, in no matter what adjunct, whether they're bodybuilders or they're NFL or they're NBA or whatever they are, when they're training hard, we'll see them twice a week. When they're playing, we'll see them, like I said, 1 to 3 times a week. Just depends on what's going on. Because the biggest piece is that how much are you falling off? So if you put up with stuff and you're like, well, my elbow hurts, and so I'll just be easy. I'll just take it easy. Okay, so you're going to restrict your body's ability to push yourself to damage the tissue because you end up injuring a joint. So my elbow has been tweaky, not bad. I can feel it sometimes when I lift, and it hurts about 5 or 6, not enough to make me stop. But I'm getting that adjusted. I think I've gotten it adjusted every day this week, and so it'll be stiff and tight and kind of I'll get it adjusted 30 minutes before I go work out, feel great, come back, it'll be a little bit tight. And it's been getting better as we've been going along. So instead of getting worse, it's getting better. It's getting better slower than I'd like it, but I'm beating it up every single day. So I'm getting adjusted, and we're doing lots of massage work on it. And it's been really beneficial. There's been stuff in my back that Michelle and Jen have been able to break open and really get moving. So it's been fantastic. So I'd highly recommend getting massages and getting chiropractic adjustments, depending on how hard you're training. If you're pushing yourself really, really hard, you might want to up it, a couple times a week. If you're just doing it for fun, once a week, once every 10 days is going to be probably a good solid meat for you. And then like I said, I'm jumping in the hyperbaric chamber as much as I can. So hyperbaric, I know we've talked about it before, but hyperbaric increases oxygenation of the tissue by 1,000%. And so whenever we're talking about regeneration, recovery, things like that, that's the whole game. And so getting in the chamber really helps kind of put everything back together. Taking all the supplements I take is also a very big player. So those things help tremendously. So like I said, massage, chiropractic, hyperbaric, and then obviously tons of supplementation. Next one is, what protein do I take? I don't take a protein. I have one that if you want a protein, if you want a meal replacement shake, there's one online, the Muscle Build, because it has the protein stuff, has a couple of other little things in it, and has all the amino acids. The big fallacy is that your body wants protein. Your body doesn't want protein. Your body wants amino acids. We get amino acids from proteins. The problem is to break that protein down in order to get the amino acids out. The reason why everybody uses whey and pea protein is because whey and pea have the highest concentration of leucine. Leucine has the highest muscle protein synthesis of any amino acid. Your body uses leucine the most to put these things back together, which is a branch chain. So I just take branch chain amino acids because I want to give my body the most usable form as soon as I can. One of the things that we don't talk enough about is that what you put in your mouth has no bearing on what goes on inside your body. What you absorb is 100% what we have to worry about. So this goes back to that calories in, calories out trash. Like, I ate 2,000 calories. Okay, how many of those did you absorb? That's the big question. And that factor is wildly complicated by, if you're eating whole foods, if you're eating, how processed the food is. Like we've talked about this before, but you take like an almond. We're talking about the absorption of fat from an almond. You take an almond, you eat it, and you're getting like 33% of the fat that's in that almond absorbed. If you roast that almond, it goes to 33 to 35. If you crush it in almond butter, it goes to like 40. If you make it almond oil, then it's like 45 to 50% of the entire fat from that you're going to absorb. Fiber obviously decreases that to a linear function. We see that a lot with glycemic function. So like if you drink orange juice, the glycemic index is really high. If you eat the orange with all the fiber that restricts your body's ability to absorb things, the glycemic index is much lower. So, when you actually start getting into the chemistry of things, and you get away from the insanity and the stupidity that the Western medicine has forced on us with calories in, calories out, you start realizing, oh, there's a whole nother spectrum of this that matters. And that's really, really important. So I would never take a protein when my body wants amino acids. The only protein that I will take when I know my body needs amino acids is collagen. And I take collagen every morning to increase the sugar my body produces for my blood, which, by the way, your body's going to produce the sugar for your blood no matter what. So in any fasting form, whether you're glucose fed or whether you're in a fat oxidizing state or ketotic state, your body still has to make sugar for your blood. And so it's either going to take apart your muscle tissue to get those amino acids, or it's going to take away apart something else. So I give my body collagen, which is a super easy way for my body to take that apart, break it down to amino acids, absorb those amino acids, and go. But that's the big thing. So I'm not a big fan of protein unless you're doing like a meal replacement shake. In that case, I'm much heavier into the micronutrients that you're getting, the molybdenum, the boron, all that type of stuff, than I am with how much protein's in it. Because again, you have to digest the protein, then absorb the amino acids, because your body's after the amino acids, not the proteins. But again, this is chemistry. And so once you understand the chemistry of how the body works, you understand where the levers are and you understand how to pull them. So don't be looking at proteins, look for amino acids, which is why the muscle build protein that's on the Seawell store or the pillarsofwellness.com website has all the amino acids in it. It has protein in it. It's a slower digestive function for the protein. It releases over time, but the amino acids are immediate hit. So that would be the big thing on those, getting those things in. Like I said, branch chains are the biggest piece. And then what else do we have? Hold on. I keep talking about sleep. And so the question is, when do I go to sleep when I wake up? So I try really hard to be asleep by 10. So I can try to get in bed by about 9:30-ish, and then I'm up at 4. So I'm either reading. So a lot of the research that I find, I've read research that's been my thing. I wake up at about 4 a.m. I read research for 2 hours every day, and then I get ready for everything else we're going to do. So that's kind of how I do mine. So it's kind of funny because once you set a bedtime and a wake up time, your body will just naturally start waking up. So a lot of times I'll wake up 3 to 5 minutes before my alarm goes off, which is awesome because it doesn't wake my wife up, which I'm a big fan of, letting her sleep. And then we kind of get going at it again. So sleep is like we've gone over and over again is hypercritical. That's when you regenerate, repair, and heal. And so if you haven't maximized your sleep and like do a sleep study, figure out where your oxygenation is at night, get that as high as you can, as close to 100% all night long as possible. My CPAP is connected to an oxygen concentrator, which keeps me where I'm supposed to be. And then make sure the temperature is right. Weighted blankets are great. Grounding mats or grounding sheets are phenomenal. I would highly recommend those. We're going through right now trying to find some that are, I don't know why they don't like make a higher end 1,000 thread count type of, really nice sheets that's also grounding, but I haven't found them. I am still looking for them. As soon as I do, I will tell you guys about them. I'll probably put them on the Pillars of Wellness website so that you guys can have access to them. But that's the other thing. So when we start talking about grounding, and we'll go into this a little bit more, I might do a whole day on it next week. It helps reset the electromagnetic function of the body, the frequency function of the body. I'm a real big fan of working on frequencies. It's how we eliminate allergies. It's how we reset the, communication system of the body. So whenever I talk about like, if you have food allergies, we'll just fix them. That's what I'm talking about, is using frequency harmonics to convince your body that a certain food is okay. Like eat a peanut and die, like you can fix that pretty easily. But the biggest thing is that not to eat it and die or eat it and get sick, all the little ranges where, you eat it and it gets you inflammation that decreases the body's functionality, that's a really, really big one. So We'll go over that next week. I'll do a whole deal on energy frequency and energy function in the medicine, that type of thing we do here, which is one of the reasons I try to get people to come in and do the QRA Thera here, so I can muscle test them here, and then we can do the Thera treatment to reset their body's electromagnetic frequencies. But grounding is spectacular. You guys should be doing that more. And I'll do a whole thing on grounding frequencies next week. But that's kind of how that goes as far as sleep goes. Then I got a weighted blanket, and I've got a chili pad that kind of blows cold air on me so that my temperature is fully regulated all night long. So, but that's the big thing. So the sleep is really, really important. If you haven't looked into that stuff, look into it. I might do a whole thing next week on sleep as well. So, but we'll do that, and we'll get you guys some answers. So, thanks for your time. If you guys have any questions, hit us up, questions@chalmerswellness.com. Thanks.